Hello and welcome back to Let's Race Jack to Renegade. In the last episode I got through some of the hardest missions in this game with barely a scratch on me. Played some really good stuff, I'm not going to lie, and I was really happy with how well we got through the missions, and it's just consolidating on this lead that we have over the over the times that have been set for us to try and challenge by SacComms and Tealgamemaster. So what we're going to now do is we're going to take on this, the Class 3 race at the stadium, and it's a pretty annoying mission because it's quite easy just to die, but hopefully we'll be able to zip through it, and then, yeah, and then we'll just continue going on with the game and doing our best to continue on with this. So, I hope you will enjoy this episode. We're going to start another... So we have 50 seconds to add on, because we stopped 50 seconds earlier because I don't want to start this mission without it, so we're going to have 30 minutes and 50 seconds of game time, starting in 3, 2, 1, go! Okay. This is an interesting mission, I must say. The races are fun, but they're not easy, it must be said. So, in all three of the races there are shortcuts, such as that. They usually require you to jump over a big gap, and so obviously have their associated risks, because jumping over gaps is necessarily risky in this game. So annoyingly, we missed all the boosts. That's not too bad, I guess. It's these boosts that you need to get, because that then allows you to make that jump. I'll try and get 2 boosts there, just because it's slightly faster. Obviously, grabbing all the boosts is really nice. Aside from that, we've obviously got a really good, healthy lead at the moment. Which is nice. So all we need to do is make sure that... But then that happens. I jumped and it didn't work for some reason. So, that is annoying, to say the least. It means we're going to actually have to find that time somewhere else. And it's obviously our third death, well yeah, it's a death, isn't it? Our third death of this race. So annoyance all round. It's sort of like once you get the lead, you could theoretically, try and, just keep everything neat and tidy and just sort of take it the long way round. But the CPUs do start taking the shortcuts once you start getting the lead. So, your lead, like if you have a look on the map, you can see that they're all taking the shortcut now because I've got such a big lead. So you do start losing time to them quite quickly actually, and that's never fun. So it's always important, just... It's not that hard either, it's just, that was really bad. At least I didn't die, let's say. I mean, the last orbs, I must say, the last orbs I usually get in this game are the orbs that you get from redoing all these races. The Class 1, 2 and 3, and the Jetboard Challenge and stuff like this. And then you also get to do all the races in reverse. And doing the best times on them, because those are generally the last orbs I get in the game. Usually. Oh, I jumped way too high there. I thought I was going to hit the little thing and the little cross at the top of the ceiling. Still. This is 4 laps down. So I'm not trying to break any records, obviously, but it's always good to do this as fast as possible. It's good. All we need to do is line this up and hop. Brake, because you're going to hit the wall, but that's okay. So we're nicely set up. Obviously we are slightly slower now that we've taken damage. You do lose speed, but we will be fine. We'll cross the line. 230.
When is this city gonna provide some challenge, huh?
Hey, I watched your race today. You were pretty amazing out there.
Oh, thanks. Kira, this is Ashley. She's just...
Everyone knows who she is.
And Kira's,
A friend. A very good friend.
Thanks for helping out with that tanker, Jack. You saved a lot of lives. I'm not my father, you know. Ever since I was a little girl, I've looked down at the city streets from that ridiculous palace and imagined a better place.
By the way, they're hunting for you. I'd watch out for Errol. I can't protect you from him.
Whoa, she's a babe. And she likes you, Jack. Not that I can account for her tastes. I bet you'd love to pin some medals on her chest, huh? What? What'd I say? What did you say, Jack?
That little scene's brilliant as well. I love how I think my favourite bit of that scene is the little cat noise that Dax makes, sort of as when Kira goes, "A very good friend," and Dax just goes "Meow" in the background. It's brilliant. But anyway, so yeah, that's obviously a bit annoying that we died. You know, that would have saved, if we hadn't have died, that would have saved us a good minute and a bit. So we've lost some time, but I'm sure we'll be able to catch it up at some point. I hate how much traffic there is around the stadium section. So what we're now going to do is we're going to do the combat metalheads in Haven Forest. And this mission isn't easy because you're fighting against enemies who are invisible. And yes, well, as I'm sure most of you can imagine, fighting against enemies which are invisible is not particularly easy. And there are, of course, no checkpoints in the level, which is also not particularly helpful. You know, you've just got to survive the whole way through. Okay, so I don't like this mission. Usually, this one's not easy at all. But we will see how it goes this time. What there is nice is that there's quite a large amount of ammo, and there's usually a decent amount of health in this mission, so hopefully we'll be okay. But as you can see, you've got to take out 30 enemies who, for all you can see, the only thing you can see is their little skull gems. So we're going to leave all that up there because we're probably going to need it by the time we finish. So as you can see, this is what I mean by the sort of invisible nature of them. They sort of phase in and out of whether you can see them. As you can see, my strategy on this level largely accounts to shooting a hell of a lot. There are 11, if I remember correctly, there are 11 in this first area, and 11 in the second. Ow! That's bad. As you can see, that guy's over there. They also have very good aim, which is really annoying. That's 25. Okay, that's another one down. What you can do is you can check the map, and the map does show you their locations, which is quite nice. There's another one around here, there we go. Good. There's one down there, as you can just about see. Good. So, is there one more in this area? I do like checking the map just because it's easy to miss one. There are no more in this area. What we might do is then we might encounter one coming through this other little tunnel at the top here. This is generally what I think is the easiest way to go through this mission, is to follow this route. And sort of once you get to here, you encounter some spider gunners, and they're a lot easier to take down with the blue gun. You just got to be very careful. There's obviously a guy over there you can take out. Got that guy up there, which is really good. We're missing. Good. Okay, I think that's everyone in. Oh no, sorry, we've still got another 4 in this area. 3. Damn, I'm out of yellow ammo, that's bad. Just because the blue isn't quite as accurate. Okay, so there's another one down the front, there are 2 on the side, okay. There is some ammo, definitely, I know there's some ammo in this level. There you are. And down here, there's that guy. Can't seem to hit that guy over there, which is kind of annoying. He's going up though, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to jetboard around and catch him from behind. There we go. Good. Okay, so now we just need the remaining guys to play nice. I like coming down here when you first fall down, just because it gives you a little bit of cover. We'll be coming up to the there's the ammo over there. So see, the annoying thing about fighting metalheads is metalheads don't give you ammo, whilst obviously criminal guards do. That's good, that's good, that's good. Yellow ammo, good. So we need one more, and then there's the final 3 spider guys. Good, good, good. Okay, we're now in a really nice position. As you can see, the spider gunners are over there. All we need to do is get there, which is not hard. Line them up with boom. Good. Okay, so that was not an easy level. Obviously you got hit twice, you can get hit, you know. The first area is probably the hardest area, I would say. But I'm very glad to get that one out of the way. So now all we need to do now, okay, so we've got... so now we need to talk to Onin, who'll give us a mission at the dig. And then I think after that, we go to Torn, I think. All ammo is nice right now. I'm really low, just generally on ammo. So, ammo would be nice. 135, 32, 100. It's good to hear from you too. Oh man, didn't get the chance to hijack that. Okay, there. Thank you. So I might have accidentally chosen the wrong way in terms of... that's unfortunate. But yeah, I might have chosen the wrong way in terms of the order of missions to do. I might have should have done Onin and the dig before doing Bruta, maybe. but I don't remember what the requisites for the Torn mission are, so we'll actually have to see. Should be okay. Let's see. I'm just going to zip through. And okay. Talk to Samus.
The bird brain and I were just talking about you, Jack. Onin is very proud of what you did.
What I did, what you did, what you do, it's all the same.
Will you stop with the deja voodoo stuff? It's creepy.
Onin says you must find the tomb of Mar.
Even now, Baron Praxis seeks the tomb, but only the one true heir of Mar can open the tomb seal.
We believe the kid is the key.
The prophecies say that the true heir of Mar must face the ancient oracle. He alone must circumvent the cunning test of man. He alone must wield the precursor stone, thereby unleashing the... Jeez Louise, fossil lady! Stop with this snooty mythic talk already, huh? You know that it hurts my lips.
Why is Mars' tomb so important?
The fabled precursor stone is rumored to sleep within the tomb, stupid! I added the stupid part. The precursor stone contains vast eco-energies. It can be used for great good. Oh, great evil. I just love saying that last part.
The Baron wants the precursor stone for himself to rule the world. But he is playing with forces he does not understand.
Okay, Pecker. So how do I get this precursor stone?
First, you must go to the dig and find the lurker totem. Onin and I have learned that a piece to the seal of Mar is contained within its ancient carvings. You must find all 3 pieces of the seal to open Mars' gate into the canyon.
Okay, so there's that. That little section's always nice. Another great sort of scene with Pekka, who's obviously... I just love how all the characters have just got really clear personalities. And it just works really nicely. I just like all the characters. It's a character-driven game, and I like all the characters. What more could you want? Okay. So the next section is... This one's actually a lot easier than the previous Dig mission. But it's quite a lot longer. Sort of like a multi-part, you know, you've got lots of different things to do. And then once you do this, we're getting close to... Yeah, we might be able to get to Mars 2. This is a long mission, but we should be able to do it. We have 16 minutes left. So we're pretty good on time. So, let's head to it. So obviously you've already seen the animation of the ship going off to the dig, so I thought I'd skip that. Okay, so the dig has changed quite a lot since we were last here. In that rather than being overloaded with Crimson Guard, it's now overloaded with Metalheads. What more could one want? Why did I fire the wrong way? That raises that a little bit. And then we just got to do this over and over again. In this, there are loads and loads of precursor rules in this area. Obviously, we won't be getting any of them, which is again, death to my OCD. But oh, man. Okay, I can't remember if you can do it with only 4 hit, but I will do all 5 just because. Be a lot easier if it's wrong. Ow. Okay, so they only hit 1, that's good to know. also get loads and loads of skull gems around here. The health. That's why you want to do that, to grab that one. And also you obviously get the orb, but the orb is just sort of there. In a way. Ah, I could have come down here and just done that. I don't know this map as well as I know others, so obviously could have done that a little bit faster. Grab some health. Another orb down there. Loads of ammo, which is really nice. I like to keep red gun here, because I can. You can use a lot of red gun here. Enemies sort of allow for it. Getting hit by those things is always annoying, but it's not too bad. So, okay, we need to grind along here. Yes. Ooh, very glad I grabbed that. Because it would have been a pain to have had to wait for it to return. Simple. All those guys get up here. Really does seem to want me to use Dark Jack, getting loads of Dark Eco. These little bits are annoying, but not too bad. Kill him. More health. I don't need. So we get to travel on these lurker balloons just very quickly. And as we know from the first game, they're very good at building sort of dirigible and stuff like that. Now I'm going to come out here. Good to go. So you can hear there's this, one of those, the guys that fling energy balls. They take loads of bits. But there we go. Oh, no. No, no, no. Oh, God's sake. That was the worst luck for that to have landed there. And to start back here. Okay, that is really, really, really annoying. Obviously, but like, man, that really sucks. That costs a bunch of time. And that was just me being too hasty and jumping when I shouldn't have jumped. Typical. Don't throw this away. You've got such a good lead. That was risky. Like an idiot. There's a reason you're introduced to those enemies with the blue gun, because the blue gun is usually the best thing to use against them, because they take a bunch of hits. So if you can sort of get them stunned, if you notice whenever you use the blue gun, these sort of enemy, if you hit them once, they sort of get stunned in place, and you can hit them multiple times afterwards. Oh, thank goodness made that jump. And we get another cutscene. See, I was that close to the finish.
I'm on it. Wait a minute. I think this time you should go get the thing. Looks dodgy up there. Don't hurt yourself, Jack.
It's a curse, isn't it?
Do you see how close I was to the finish there? And oh, that's just annoying. Some more time lost. Not the worst thing that could have happened, but not the best, certainly. Okay, come on. Got to make the most of what's left, so. We've got a good amount of time. We can just grab this zoomer. I mean, aside from those, well, that's 3 deaths now. But I suppose the one at the water slums didn't cost us much time, whereas that one really did, as did the one at the drill platform. So those 2 deaths have really sort of been the only real cause of frustration throughout this entire challenge so far. Everything else has gone really well. Aside from hitting that was not meant to happen, but oh well. We're close enough to Torn, it shouldn't matter. I don't really want to get hurt because the next mission isn't bad, but it can be a bit annoying. So we're going to take on some outfits.
The Baron's coming down pretty hard. Whatever you've been doing, you've really upset him. I'm just getting started. He's brought in new Crimson Guard HellCat Cruisers, making the streets dangerous for the underground. We've already lost 5 men this week.
Your men should be able to take care of themselves. But I wouldn't mind taking out a few cruisers if that's what you're getting at.
Never part of a bigger cause, eh, Jack? Fine. I'll take your help any way I can get it. Bring down all 5 HellCat Cruisers. That should send the Baron a message.
Okay, so this task. So you just got to bring down 5 HellCat Cruisers. You get a bunch of ammo right here at the start, which is always helpful. Indeed, you're likely to need it. Starting off in a zoomer isn't great here, actually. What you really want is one of these guys, or one of the flyers that I missed. So where are we heading next? Next we'll be heading to Onin, so we want to take the ones as far away from Onin as possible. We also want to take ones close to us. Let's take on this one. There you go, that's one. It's not that tough, this mission. It's not really that tough. What you've just got to do is just, keep moving, keep swapping vehicles, and take them down fast. If that's why the blue gun is so nice in this mission. It's like, if you can get the Vulcan Fury working, you can just destroy the Hellcats in really fast time. And yeah, that just really negates their challenge, I guess. Because the issue is obviously they can fire against you. There you go, second one down. Things going well. The third one is going down a dead end, which is even better. 4. The other thing about taking them down quickly is obviously you conserve ammo, and ammo is a big issue in missions like this. Because as soon as you get stuck using yellow ammo, things become a hell of a lot harder. So if you obviously keep using the blue. So obviously right now I haven't even used up half my ammo, but I've defeated 3 of the 5, which is really, really nice. And we don't need ammo for the next few missions. We should be able to use the next few missions to sort of store up on ammo, which is quite nice. It's always what's good about sort of knowing what's ahead is that you can sort of predict. And also I think dying refreshes your ammo to an extent. We're going to take on this one next. And my vehicle's about to die, but oh well. Oh, I got it. Let's get out of this car. And go for that one. And there's the second. Ow. Stop driving away from me. There we go. All 5 done. So it should now just be Onin. It should be Onin. Yes, good. This next mission is okay. I know it's actually the Onin game, isn't it? So it's fine. It's actually quite fun. It's just a little mini game. Oh, don't know why he was in the wrong lane, which just sucks. We're good. The alert should die down. There we go, the alert dies down, that's good. And now we can chat to Onin. Boom.
Expecting that little boy to save us is folly. At his age, he's no match for the metalhead leader. Oh, Jack. We were just talking about Samos's plan.
Onin says your voice sounds very familiar. I bet you 2 golden oldies go way, way back, huh? Onin needs you to prove yourself, Jack. You've shown your brass and your brawn. Now you must show your brains as well. Frankly, I think she's pushing it. But I'm not the boss. Beat this test, and the 3rd piece to the seal will be revealed.
I'm not entirely sure which of the 2 previous tests were brass and brawn, but okay. So all you got to do is just tap the symbols as they appear. And you notice that if you tap certain ones, multiple ones in a row, then you get multiple points for each one.
Keep going. You can do it. I can't believe you made it this far.
This doesn't get hard until they start popping up in 2s, as they do start now. Okay, that's okay. Obviously you can miss 20, which is fine, gives you quite a bit of margin for error. As Pekka just said there. That symbol wasn't there, so you get a penalty. Ah, there we go, 400. Not too bad, it's really not too bad.
Behold, the seal of Ma is now complete. Onin says the 3 artifacts you retrieved from the mountain temple are relics from an ancient light tower. Old songs tell how this light tower once shined down on the actual site of Mars' tomb. I sing one of these songs for you. From the mists of time, Mars' light would shine.
Oh there, Iron Lungs. Just tell us what we need to do.
Cretins with no taste, huh? Look, you must take the 3 artifacts to Mars Gate. Only then will the light tower rise and reveal the tomb.
So yeah, I mean, that challenge gets really difficult when you're going for the precursor orbs, in which case you've got to get 1,000 points. But yeah, 400 isn't bad. The next mission is pretty simple. It looks like, unfortunately, we only have about a minute left on our timer. So if we hadn't died in the dig and we hadn't failed first time around doing the race, then we probably would have reached Mars 2. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to do that in this episode. We have a minute from now, actually. So we're just going to try and get to Precursor Mountain Temple in time, and then we'll see what we do from there. I've been triggering a lot more guards recently, which is not a good. It's not a good sort of habit to get into, because having guards on your tail really does slow you down. Okay, so we have 30 seconds. 20 seconds. So this isn't quite the last... No, this isn't the last mission that we do heading through this gate. We have... So... 5, 4, 3, 2, 1... And there we go. So... So not quite as slick as our previous episodes. That death in the dig really did hurt us in the end, but yeah, we're still doing pretty well. Certainly doing, I would say we're still doing very, very well. So, you know, we've got this mission, and then we got the Mars Tomb, and that concludes Act 2. So the second set of, you know, the second third, as it were, of the game, and then we've got the final act after that. Mars Tomb will be fun. You know, the platforming one is difficult, but challenging, and you know, I think both challenges in Mars Tomb are actually really, really good, especially the platforming one, which is a good challenge. But yeah, so not quite as good as our previous ones, but still not bad nonetheless. Admittedly, you know, these missions haven't been as hard as the previous set, so dying on them has been a little bit more. I think, having played so well so far, I'm a bit sort of let down whenever I, you know, sort of fail, as unfortunately was the case just then. So I'm just going to save, and gonna leave it there. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode of Let's Race Jak 2 Renegade, and I hope you will join me on the next.